I'm Nathan, but who I am doesn't really matter too much for the purpose of this video. Just know I'm a regular guy like you out here living my life, and there's not much difference between us in that sense. I've been really passionate about shifting and teleporting through timelines and manifestation for about 4 years now. And for those 4 years, really made it my mission. And what I've learned is actually how you can create your own energy portal to step through so that you can shift whenever you want at any moment. What I'm speaking about in this video is how to literally create the energy in your field to manifest what is coming forth, right? What's going to happen next in your life. So for you to be able to receive this new understanding, first, what's really going to be important is that you realize that I'm just you speaking to yourself right now. I believe that you already acknowledge and understand that I'm just your reflection. And so everything I'm going to share with you in this video is really a message from yourself. Just take what resonates with you. Now, the second thing to understand is that we are always calling something forth in our reality. The way I like to explain it is as if life is a stage. It's a show, and you are a character in that show. So think about it like this. It's an improv stage. And whoever you come out on stage and say you are, whatever props you hold in your hand, if you do a good enough job playing that part, then the other actors on stage, they agree and accept that that's the part you're playing too. They say, yes, that's right. She is the best guitar player that I know, right? Yes, that's true. He is the best dancer I've ever seen, yeah? So basically, whoever you come out on stage and you say you are, you do a good enough job if you really play the part well and you really get your heart into it. This is what I've learned. It's all about your heart. Your heart has to be the energy behind the role that you're playing. You can't just be faking it like in your mind, I'm acting like this person. Acting like a certain person will not work. You have to be a certain person. And the being comes from the heart. So you really got to have your heart in it. Now, what do we need to understand about that is that don't choose to come out on the improv stage of life and expect that life is going to say yes to some new role you want to play if it's not really in alignment with your heart. If it's not really in alignment with who you really are, then you're not going to be able to play the part well enough for reality to actually match you. That's one of the most important things I've learned, actually. And I actually teach a lot about that in some of my classes and my live events, which you can learn about in the description of this video. I actually have an upcoming live event and a new class I just made. It's in the description if you feel called to check it out. It talks all about this kind of stuff. Now, the next thing to understand is that, okay, so other people on stage, they will agree that I am this role, and they'll start to co-create with me. Right? People will co-create with you. They'll agree, you are this person, I am this person, and we're going to tell this story together. However, life is this really big stage. Think about it like this. There's the desert, there's the forest, right? There's the mountains, there's a city, there's inside of a dumpster, there's in a restaurant. So there's all these different parts to the stage. Now, you and me, what we can literally do is walk into different rooms on the show. We can walk into different rooms in different stages. Each stage has different props. It has other people who are acting in a similar story. Meaning if you walk into a gym and you say, I'm going to be a basketball player, well, you're going to bump into a lot of other humans who are also improv actors who are also saying, I am also a basketball player. So wherever you go in life, you got to understand you're going to be around a collective of people who are saying a similar thing to reality as you. That's really powerful because it'll help you both to affirm that this really is the role that I'm playing in life. Now, the next thing to really hone in on, because I know I'm unloading a lot of information on you guys, I don't want to confuse you. I just wanted to make this video because I think it's really cool to be able to shift on command. And I realized that what I'm doing and the way I'm doing it, every person can do it, and that it's actually really easy. It's not hard. So the next thing that is one of the most important things to share is that in our energy field, think about it like this. You've got your regular body that you can move around and you can reach out and grab a glass of water and take a drink. But there's this energy body. Your energy body is in charge of saying what is going on right now. It's the reason why two people could both lose a job. They could both work at the same place, Both lose the same job. This person says, it's the best thing that's ever happened. I have all this free time to discover what I really want to do with my life. And this person bangs their head against the wall and says, everything sucks. Life is against me. This is the worst thing that's ever happened. The same thing happened to both of them. But why is it that this character who loses their job actually ends up going up and finding an even better career and an even better reality, and this person, right, the other one, goes down? How is that? Why? Is it because both people look different? Is it because they were born in a different family? No, it's because they were saying what's happening. One person said with their energy, this is the best thing that's ever happened, and one person said it's the worst. So what we need to understand is that you are always saying something about what's going on. So if you want to make a massive shift in your life and open up an energy portal that you can literally step through and wake up in a new reality, then you need to be able to move the energy first, okay? Because making new decisions in our lives will get us new results. If I decide to eat McDonald's every single day, I will get heart disease, I will be totally unhealthy, and I'll die early, most likely, unless some kind of freak magical thing happens, right? If I made a decision, for example, that I'm gonna practice guitar every day for 3 hours, then inevitably, years down the line, I will be a master guitar player. So to me, this is what shifting's about. Shifting is about making new decisions. But we don't just make new decisions with our hands by grabbing new props and saying, I don't want to play in the show with you anymore, I want to play with you instead. That's not all there is. There's this other part of us, and it's our energy field. And our energy field is always saying what's happening in life. Everybody's seen a theater show at their school before where one of the kids in your class walks out and they're playing a part in the show, and they say all the lines correctly, their tone is right, but there's just this feeling coming off of them that they are about to piss their pants. And it's like a tangible awkwardness that everyone can feel. Now, a lot of times we have miscommunication. Someone says, I hate you, but what we feel coming off of them is I love you, or vice versa. So this is one of the biggest reasons for miscommunications in our reality, is because we can feel energy. We can feel what someone is actually feeling about themselves. You could say, I'm the most attractive person in the world, but everybody could feel coming off of you that you don't actually feel that. Now, here's the problem. The universe, reality, they'll feel it too, okay? Our reality will feel that you don't really mean what you're doing. You aren't really fully behind the actions that you're taking in your life. We must align that part of ourselves. We've got to. And inevitably, that means that you and I are going to be brought to certain kind of work that we need to do in our life if we really want to be able to shift on command in epic ways. That means we've got to look at certain beliefs we have where we believe that we're not good enough, or that you can't do whatever you want to do in this life. You have to do what other people tell you. Or we might have beliefs like money doesn't grow on trees and it's something you have to work really hard for. A 9-to-5 job every day, you got to work for someone else to get it. The problem with this is that when we have those beliefs, we could walk out onto a new set with new props and say, I'm going to be a millionaire. But what you're really saying in the energy is, I don't believe what I'm saying. I don't actually believe that's true. And everybody else on stage will know it, and life will know it too. And so it will not work. You've got to fully get behind what you're saying. So listen, I know you've got a dream reality. I know there's a timeline out there that you love to be on, that you'd love to exist and be there. And I'm telling you right now, you could quit your job and leave your relationships and get in your car and drive there. But all the problems you experience in your life right now, they will meet you there, or they'll show up after a week of you being there, because that's how powerful you are. Your energy is actually what is calling forth what's happening in your life. The actions you take are your way of the physical level of acting it out and saying this is what's happening. But you can't lie to life. You can't. You have to really be behind what you're saying. You have to really feel it in your heart. Fake it to make it is one of the worst things that anybody came up with and started suggesting to other people in the world is the way to live life. No. Fake it till you make it is not going to work. It might work for someone, but because they might have got a lucky circumstance or a lucky break. But here's the problem. If you fake it to make it and some opportunity comes, and so you now get elevated in your career, for example, because of it, you're going to fail. You're going to be screwed because you aren't really the version of yourself that can handle that job. You were just pretending to be. So now you have a job that you're not ready for and you're setting yourself up for failure. Now you have a relationship because you acted a certain way. Guys in YouTube videos told you to act to get a girl to like you. You acted that way. So look, you got some girl attention, but you're not going to experience a real relationship because that's not really you. So we need to understand two separate things. So I'm just going to present these two different perspectives to you, and I'm going to let you see which one resonates with you. Number one, you have a dream of some fantastic life you want to live. That means you need to do the work and figure out how to get fully in it, energetically, action-wise, right? You need to basically change who you are on a fundamental core level if you want to succeed at that. Or, here's the other train of thought. I'm going to let go of needing to be anyone else other than who I am, and I'm going to just relax, and I'm going to tune into my heart, and I'm going to just be who I am. I'm going to be myself. Meaning when I speak in life, when I say things in life, when I interact with others, I'm going to do it from a place of who I really am. Not some programming that, for example, my parents taught me is how I'm supposed to behave, but because it's really what I feel natural. It's what's natural to me. It's what comes easy. It just flows. It's me. Right? So here's what's going to happen. If you choose that one, to just be yourself, to be who you really are, then life will immediately respond to you differently. Because most people aren't doing that. Most people are playing a different role, and a lot of people have figured out how to succeed at it. But everybody recognizes the person who's being their true selves because they're so genuine, they're so authentic, it's so sexy in some incredible way. It's like 1 out of every million is in that place. So you will succeed in huge ways in your life if you can figure out how to just be yourself. And remember that when you say things that you're actually saying with your energy too, when you take actions in life that are actually the actions that your energy is emanating to, then you succeed at everything you do. So you can either A, succeed extremely well at just being who you are, or you can B, make some alterations to yourself so that you can be somebody else if you want to. Because there's two ways to look at it. We're just improv actors, so why not be any role you feel like being? Or the other way to look at it, I came here to be a specific person. That's why I'm here the way that I am. It's divine. I'm meant to be this. So I'm going to be it. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to be who I am. There's two different ways. And perhaps the correct, if there was a correct answer, is a mix of both. Who knows? You do. You're the only one that could. Only you. I couldn't tell you. Our energy is extremely important. And this is how you open an energy portal to shift into any reality you want. You just wake up. You wake up. Wake up from the dream that you are this person you believe yourself to be, that you are this role that you're playing. You just wake up and realize that that's not actually who you are. It's who you're playing. It's the character you're playing, but who you really are is the player. See, this is actually how you open the energy portal. You have to open it by becoming free of yourself. You have to be free from yourself. And people who are trapped in themselves believe that they are the role that they're playing, that the story that's playing out in their life is super serious and solid and real, and it's all I am. But you're more than that. You are the entire show. You're the whole stage. You're all the people. You're the entire universe. And if that doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't have to for you to receive the benefit of this. The fact of the matter is it's real simple. If you want to shift and be this person over here, doesn't it make sense that you have to first become free of being this person so that you can step up out of that role and move over into this one? It really is that simple. All the information I've shared with you in this video is the energy portal, Because when we realize and we start to see the bigger perspective and bigger picture of life, it starts to become easier for us to let go of ourselves. And if you want to do massive shifts in your life, which I know if you're here, you're ready for, you've got to be free of yourself first. You've got to be. You can't shove this character that you're playing down the throat of another character. You must liberate yourself from who you are now so that you can become new. And you can't become new, in my opinion, unless you're free of yourself. And the best way to become free of ourselves, at least as far as I'm concerned, is to see that this isn't who I am. It's just a part I'm playing. I'm more than this. I'm so much more than this. If you really want to wake up out of who you are, just ask yourself, who's playing? This is the character, but who's the one playing the character? Who is that? Who's the one that's listening to what I'm saying right now? Really, who's listening right now? Who's watching? Ask yourself those questions, and I can almost guarantee that you will tune into this incredible presence that is who you really are. And when you're in tune with who you really are, you are in tune with absolute freedom, and the absolute freedom to use the power of playing characters in this life just like this. You just wake up. Thanks. Much love to you, and I'll see you for the next video.